Imagine waking up on a quiet summer morning. Birds chirping, children laughing in the distance, a city going about its daily life, unaware that within seconds, everything would change forever. Imagine looking up and watching the sky fall. August 6, 1945, 8:15 a.m. The moment time stood still for Hiroshima. One flash, one roar, one blinding instant that would define history, not just for a city, not just for a nation, but for all of humanity. In the blink of an eye, over 80,000 souls vanished. Streets melted, shadows burned into walls, silence fell, the kind of silence that screams louder than any bomb. But this isn't just the story of destruction. It's the story of people, mothers clutching their children, doctors running through flames, children screaming for help that would never come. It's the story of a city erased, and yet somehow not broken. What makes Hiroshima unforgettable isn't just the horror of that day. It's what came after. Survivors called hibakusha wandered through the ruins with skin hanging from their bodies, eyes searching for loved ones. They didn't find hospitals. Those had been vaporized too. No food, no water, just fire, ash, and loss. Some survivors said it felt like the end of the world, and in many ways it was. This was the first time the world had seen the true face of nuclear war, a bomb so powerful it split atoms, and with them split the soul of a city. The weapon was called Little Boy, but there was nothing small about it. It had never been used before. No one really knew what would happen. But once it was dropped, there was no going back. And yet, through this devastation, the world saw something even more powerful than the bomb, the strength of the human spirit. Hiroshima didn't disappear. It rose. Not immediately, not without pain, but it rose. Survivors told their stories, built again from the ashes, and called out not for vengeance, but for peace. There are those who argue the bombing ended the war. Others say it was unnecessary. Historians debate. Politicians justify. But for the people who lived through it, and those who died in silence, the argument doesn't matter. What matters is the memory, the lesson, the warning. Today, Hiroshima stands not just as a city, but as a symbol, a living monument. Every year, thousands gather at the Peace Memorial Park. They ring a bell, they light candles, they write messages of peace, not as a ritual, but as a promise that what happened that day will never happen again. There are still survivors alive today. Their skin carries scars, their eyes haunted memories. Yet, when they speak, it's not with anger, it's with wisdom, with hope. They remind us that war may destroy buildings, but it doesn't have to destroy humanity. The day the sky fell, it wasn't just a day of death, it was the birth of awareness. The moment the world realized how far we could go and how far we shouldn't. Nuclear weapons didn't end with Hiroshima. More bombs were built, more power, more fear, but so was a movement, a resistance, a voice that says, never again. In a world that still flirts with conflict and power games, Hiroshima whispers a warning across time. It asks us, what kind of future do we want? Do we learn or do we repeat? This isn't just history, it's prophecy, a moment frozen in time that still burns with meaning. So the next time you hear the word Hiroshima, don't just think of war. Think of a city that burned and then bloomed. Think of the sky that fell and the people who rose. Because Hiroshima isn't just a tragedy, it's a mirror, and whether we face it or turn away could decide the fate of everything.